Hello, comrades. It's Premier River, and I am back again looking at my most amazing city of Neuve Revergrad. I am a very happy camper today. I didn't think I was going to be this happy, and I will show you why. I came in serious. I was serious Rever, thinking about all the work that we need to do, really kind of wishing. We're working on a lot of these little roads, which I should have built earlier, really wishing we were ready to ramp up our steel, but I'm not sure that it's going to happen in this episode, hopefully sometime soon. But, so I decided, well, let me just play forward, and I usually, play for 10 or 15 minutes at least, straighten out any traffic jams, and just get ready to share my wonderful world with you guys. And watch this. We don't have any lag. Now, I don't know. I didn't change any settings since the last episode, but whatever they did, and again, it was when I was approaching the buildings. Like if we were out here, I didn't have a problem. But then as soon as we got like close to a city, whether I was zoomed in or not, there was something that was going click, 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 and jagging it like that. So yeah, we have a new lease on life in this map. I mean, it's just whatever they did, hats off to the devs. If I were in Slovakia right now and I knew the guys, I would buy them a beer. So I'm very happy about that. Congratulations to fixing whatever that was. I hope it wasn't too hard for you guys. I'm sure, sometimes they can be quite complicated problems, but a lot of times it's just being aware of them, and then it's a matter of figuring out what's what, right? So there we go. So we are in business and a half over here, and like I said, I was just going around. I'm not going to get into too much of what we're doing. If you've been following the series, and I'll have a Saturday summary in tomorrow's episode. So the next episode will be hopefully a pretty good summary of what's happening. But I think there's going to be a few problems areas that we have. Every time we get a gravel train in here, we get a chance of blocking one of these construction guys. And what I would like to work on now, and we'll just keep playing time on, even though I'll be designing, some of the things will just be, we'll have to break away from our designing, I think, to just make sure people are still busy. I think everyone will be busy for at least a little while, though I know there's a couple places that they won't. So what we did, if you guys have been close followers of the series, you'll know that we built a construction office over here and got it power. And the main reason for power is not the construction offices. They don't really need power. But we also have a gas station. So let me just shrink the gas station off to the side. Now, this guy doesn't have anything assigned, but he's really, for now, just here to help us with some leveling. Because we wanted to build a railroad track, which I have 4 rail cranes in this construction office by clothing here. And that's the only one down in this region. But they're working on the different lines here. So we have to replace this where we tore apart our supply route. We'll put some bridges, so they should be working on that. And then they're also working on getting our passenger trains going through town. Now that'll take a little while, but since I don't want to say there's nothing else that we could be doing, but we might as well do this type thing. It's not really going to hurt. And I guess for this, we'll definitely want our wireframe on and our rail tool out. Now, I don't like to get too close to the roads. Yeah, let's just think about this. Yeah, I don't know if we ever brought another railroad track around here, which I don't think we would. It would probably be in between the road. I don't see us ever necessarily bringing one from this way. Now, if we did, for some weird reason, bring one from over here and want to come this way, we could always level out a little bit more. And I say that because it means I'd like to leave a decent space in between the road and the rail, just for future considerations, which really kind of leads me to wanting to level out just a little bit more in this area. Just so that hill's not fighting us as we come around the turn. And then, by the way, you could do the same leveling that I do with the railroads, but the roads are a little bit wider, so let's just make that look a little nicer there. So they tend to do a little bit of a better job of actually doing the leveling. Well, that's a lot more than I expected. Yeah, right in this area. I'm not trying to make it perfect the whole way, but hey, rails, you know, you do, in real life, you want your rails pretty flat and straight. So, yeah, let's take this guy out. So we're just going to try, okay, look, you know what I didn't talk about? For those of you, one of my problems, even when I watch my own videos, I realize it later on, is that I don't always, I know it's in my head, and I don't always explain it to particularly well. I don't explain it at all sometimes. So let's see. See this little dotted dirt road? Somehow, some way, we are going to build this railroad across here and come in and catch up with this railroad, probably like right in this area. So we also have another construction office here with a couple bulldozers, and so I'm hoping that we can design this whole thing. There might be an area out in the middle that we can't quite level, but we'll get done what we can, and then when the time comes, we'll see. But yeah, we definitely want to leave enough room for a future track to be in between. And like I said, if we put one on the other side, now again, I don't really see us, even though we just got a blessing and a half with the fact that, yeah, we'll stay a little bit straighter with the road. I think like, let's come back and, yeah, if I want to stay that distance, I have to take it. This is where it's right where we couldn't level any further. So, yeah, so let's just get, I think road leveling. Yeah, forget exactly what I was doing over here. Go a little bit. Sorry, was I saying something, then I distracted myself, I think? Oops. Yeah, so let's see. Let's think about getting across this, and really more over here. If we come, yeah, when we get over here, I think the best thing is going to be here. So I'm picturing we kind of come down this. We should be able to level over here, but let's start working it from the other direction a tiny bit. Yeah, it's doing that wobbly thing. Let me see, can I zoom in? Yeah, sometimes it doesn't really like, when you have real long tracks, I notice it's a little more likely to do that. Yeah, see how it just sits there like wobbling? Now let's go, oops, that's not really what I wanted to do. Yeah, that's a heck of a thing I did. Game save. That's not what I wanted to do for a couple reasons. Yeah, level that went up too much. Yeah, let's do another one from like here to here, though I don't think that's going to be. Now, sometimes what you need to do, too, is sort of, if you want to widen it, make like a level spot. So let's get rid of that road since it's just messing us up. So in other words, come up here, do something like this so that you have a little bit of a wider area to work with. I don't need it to be too wide, just enough that we can kind of do this number. And then you'll get a little bit flatter side to side thing. There we go. So we can come right across here with a bridge. Yep, right straight down there. And then we would have like, Yeah, let's see if that... Now, these are very expensive, these railroad bridges. You know what? I'm going to go a little bit further. No, you know what? We're going to... I think we could be better... I can't really see with those trees if there's... No, I think we'd be good. That's a little bit... Let's level out a little bit coming up to the river. I don't want to... Yeah, let's get rid of this road right there. We don't need that anymore. Yeah, I don't want to do the cheaty build into it, but I think you would do prep for where your bridge took off, you know, started in real life. Yeah, I want to come a little bit further. Oh, wait, I did it in the wrong place. Yeah, that's where I was seeing a little bit of a... Yeah, we'll come right across here. And the reason for that is we'll give a little bit bigger run in and a little bit shorter bridge. What? All right, and then we would have... So I'd have a little bit more room to do something like... Well, let's go straight. Always come straight, because these bridges... I'd always like to be able to put a signal before any turn. So can we get... Yes. Yeah, so this guy could come here, and we can make this a little bit extra long if we needed to. Maybe right after this signal, right before this signal. Looks pretty nice. Yeah, let's get this guy. All right, and then do kind of the same thing, but going this way. Run it a little bit long. Now, at least for right now and immediately, so that we don't cause any problems with traffic, like feeding back on itself. We'll do that. It's not going to hurt to do this. We don't need that right now, but in the future when we go to build it. And I guess we could build... Yeah, we could start building some of this from here if this guy's still fired up. I think he is, or we can get him fired up. All right, so let's get up this hill, and then let's go check on a few things that I know are almost certainly are going to need to be redesigned. Oops, I didn't really... Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, let's go check on... And you know what we're going to... we'll not redesign, but just check on things that I know might be causing a problem. Like these guys' assignments. They still have 4, and they seem to all be... Yeah, that one's going to be done in a minute. These two guys are building, like, the mega bridge. They're going to be working on that for quite a while, which is really the reason to get this over here, was to start working on that. And if we can get this design, so we're building this road that we can get over to this new construction office and start laying out more track that will get us over towards Bricksville way over here. But the real thing I came over here for, yep, is we have another construction office up here, which will help us get leveling and everything else in this area where we would have our many coal mines and ore processors. So I want to assign this one to that little road. And I was thinking about this guy, and yeah, I guess, you know what, we should let's just keep plugging away over here and getting that road built. I could probably just demolish this one for the moment. We just go right into that construction office. We can decide on how to do the road later on. Yeah, so the guy is assigned. Good. And then how are we doing here? We're doing. I mean, I see trucks moving. Now this, yeah, look, we're done this. So what I need to do over here, so we are almost ready to get workers over there, but I have these two little Yeah, I don't. That's not going to mess them up. Yeah, those two little electrical projects, and then this little bit of bridge, which they're most of the way done that. So they're being done by Tupafaloo over here. And the problem with this is that it's they're going to come out here and lay that electrical track in like 10 seconds, and then want to come over and we'll get this last little bit done. And then this bridge should be done sometime soon. And so we'll be ready to fire these houses up. Now, the only other problem is, it's not a huge problem. I could always cancel things. I have just a couple, if you guys watched the last episode, I have just a couple of construction assignments. So I'm thinking of just letting them go to town on that. And then we'll come back and, sort of make an episode out of getting this all fired up. How's that sound? And then these folks have been building the roads over here by Chemsol so that we can get some more people in. Now, how is this house doing? Not so great as far as the number of people goes. So let's just shrink that up for a second. And let's come here to Przink North and get them working on the two other houses that we planned. And we might be able to squeeze more in, but this will at least get more workers over here. And then I think what I'd like to do, just because there are people that don't, the people in Farminsky don't really have that much to do. I'm not, our steel, we have the other steel mill, our temporary steel mill over here fired up, but it really doesn't, there's no huge reason for that. So we could take some people out of there. Oops. There we go. I'm not sure what, oh, I probably clicked on the wrong one. I didn't want to take all the people out of here. We don't necessarily even need to fill this house up. Oops. There we go. Oh, we did fill it up. That's all right. All right, so we have, a few less 21-year-olds, I'm sure. How many do we have? 1,300, which isn't bad, and it sounds like a lot. The other thing is, if you guys have been following the series, you know that we have lost some people over time. So if we look at our population, it actually went down. You can't really tell from that graph now, but we were up close to 40,000. And we came back down a little bit, but I think it's because we had a lot of uneducated. If you notice, we have big kids in here, so I think we're recovering from the big kids problem. All right, so anyway, there we go. So I think that's what we needed to do to keep people out of our hair. All right, so now let's go zoom way out and kind of take an overall look at this. Where are we? We're way over here. Yeah, and we would be going towards that Lusco there. Yeah, really, if I'm looking at it, I think the most reasonable thing would be to come over this way. Like I had driven that, but that's like right over the hill there. And there's, where this seems like a little bit more friendly of a train route. Thank you, game safe. Well, we could come. Yeah, you know what I'm thinking of? Let's just build some dirt roads. Like, yeah, what is? Oh, that's like another. Yeah, I see what I was. Yeah, I think we could do, like, instead of going this way, where we're kind of going up over that mountain, we would kind of come around here. Yeah, let's get rid of this one. All right, I'll even get rid of that one, and this one will just be in the way. So here's what I'm thinking of. We have the railroad tracks coming out of there. We could eventually have like a road and railroad coming down to here. Yeah, I don't think that's too unreasonable. Why don't you... you make it shorter, they rarely sit there and wobble like that too much. See how you can kind of play it in there? Let's say it doesn't. Yeah, that's actually pretty reasonable. And then we'll sort of fill out to that hill. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sometimes it's pretty amazing what it'll actually build on. And I guess we should probably, at some point here, spin around and see what, if we're facing the right direction. Yeah, pretty much. Could go a little bit more this way. Yeah, and then I think I just, oops, too steep. No, we don't want to do that. There we go. Now bring it back down. Yeah, that is... Yeah, we're getting kind of close to Stalingrad, but that's okay. We can... Yeah, we can turn once we get up into here and go this way. All right, so let's go back and get rid of this hill. All right, let's lay down some more track. Nice long track there. It's a little laggy when I do that. That's okay. I can live with... Oh, come on. I can understand it's like trying to calculate many things at that point. Yeah, let's go back to road leveling. Yeah, we'll get up onto that flat spot, which we almost have. This is sort of where, this is like the range where I'm worried about. Yeah, you're just doing that stupid thing. Yeah, why are you doing that so much? Seems to be doing that a little bit more. Yeah, let's level a spot up here. We can kind of come off of that level spot with our flattening. Yeah, you. Yeah, whatever they changed with this certainly seems to be doing that funny thing a bit more. We'll come up to our level spot, and then we'll see what makes sense for... Yeah, I think like right here, let's just use our leveling. Oh, we need a free bulldozer. Oh, oh. Okay, well, guess what? I almost bet you we have... All right, well, let's see how far we can go this way. Now, is it just because... Nah, it's not because they're out of fuel. Oops. Yeah, so where are we at over here? We're still quite a distance. Yeah, so I would picture... Okay, look, we can do it right here. We can use this one. Okay, so right there we can't do it. Okay, well, that's good to know. So we can get it going from there. So it's just that one little bit right there? Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, you know, what do you do? Like I said, I was a little bit... Oh, we got that road in the way. A little bit nervous, I guess might be the word you could use. I don't know. Not nervous, but I had a feeling that was going to happen. So now what is this? This is just, we can get rid of that. Is that the way we're going to go? Yeah, that is the way we're going to go. So we can follow these little bits of road. Let's turn around. I think it'll be easier. Yeah, from there, you know what? Let's do a little bit of a dirt road kind of thing wherever we can. All right, so that track will go that way, and then this can kind of come like this. I see our next little bit of road right up there, so we'll just sort of flatten that a little bit. These dirt roads will pin us to a certain height. Yeah, so I'm thinking we just get rid of some of that. Yeah, let's get rid of that road. And I think we'll stay away from that hill a little bit just to make it a little bit easier to level. And you can see why I don't always do. Is that a road there? Yeah. You know, let's get rid of that road. I think we're going to try to go from like here to there. No. Not from here. Okay. Not sure why it didn't like it the one way, but it likes it the other. But I couldn't really see what was going on with the road either. So, in all fairness, there we go. Yeah, and then we just need to come up from the level spot here, I think. Maybe up to here. All right, we are in business. Now, you know what? Before we finish this off, let's go check on things again because, yeah, like this. And why are you... I don't really understand why they're both trying to use the same track here. And because that guy was stopped in the loop, yeah, they both shouldn't be assigned to the same. Yeah, you guys shouldn't be assigned to the same side of the railroad. Let's get this guy. Of course, I canceled the one that was coming out. Yeah, you work on this over here. So I think that'll get them. I think I assigned 2 of them to work on the same side over here, which caused that problem. So then once, yeah, it's a little bit awkward here, but it keeps them from generally getting jammed up. That was just my mistake. Like, in other words, this is just like one massive block here. So anytime there's a train coming in or out, these other guys get held up. But as long as they get off into their areas, they don't, if they conflict, then they just make each other disappear and they don't jam up the whole thing. Like I said, I just had assigned 2 left-hand constructions, if you want to look at it that way. But this one was practically done anyway, so I moved that other guy over to this side. So now they'll work on here and here, and we should be okay. And I'm not too worried about this just yet. As a matter of fact, we'll probably cut that off pretty soon. I'd rather just keep them working on these bridges for the time being. Because I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do with our cement and prefabs town. And until we get a better idea, there's no sense in going too far with those railroad tracks. But we will get this one pushed over. Speaking of which, are we done? How are we doing here? Do we have like an issue or an error? Yeah, part of the problem is, and one of the things I did do is put a bunch more trucks on the prefab loading here so that these guys had enough gravel. But at the same time, these guys have to go quite a way for their asphalt and gravel and all that stuff at this point. They can come here for the other things, but whatever. We'll, yeah, it'll be a little slow, but that's okay. We got 1,700 things going on. And how are we doing over here? Did we get this little? Nope, but we're on the last phase, so we came over a little bit too soon. This is the one I really want to keep pushing forward for now. So that one of these days soon we can get over here and start doing that. And then other main reason I broke away was, yep, no doubt we were going to be done that little electrical thing. So let's, wrong bridge. I like to think of that other bridge. Yeah, so we'll just get that guy doing that one. Yeah, we're done the bridge. So he's just coming back to do this last little bit over here. So yeah, we'll let him finish up that and we'll come back yet again. And then the only other thing to check is, no, we haven't built those yet. All right, so let's get back to this railroad track. Yep, which we want to push up the hill now. Oop, I missed. Yeah, you know what? While we're doing this, this might, say we have a construction office right here. Let's see, how far away is this one? This one is from like here to there, and we lose it. If we try to stay, it's going to be awful close. See, this construction office might be the difference. And since these guys are pretty much, like, we're kind of done with these here. All right, why don't we just run these over to this one and just, it's not going to cost us anything except for some fuel. And just see if we put them in this construction office, if they can reach that spot. I kind of doubt it, but you know, like I said, it's probably worth just giving it a shot, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily want them in here anyway in the future, so They're just as well off in one spot as the other at that point. All right, so we'll missed again. Probably could do a little bit better job here, other than I just move those guys, huh? Yeah, we need a... Sign messed me up. Demolish roads. We're just going to use this. Yeah, I guess we'll just live with whatever leveling we have, but we didn't really make it enough for a road to come down here. But I don't think we really need a road, as long as we don't need to build another construction office, which would really be a bit of a drag. We'll see. None of this is actually built. If it's planned, we can always quite easily delete it. There we go. So now it's just a question of, can we get this little bit... I mean, we could probably even do it without leveling much, but it would be nice if we could just level that a tiny bit. So let's just see what happens. Oops, let me turn off the wireframe for a second. There we go. So if we zoom back out to we're not in the clouds, we would have a more direct connection from our clothing, which the main, I mean, it's fine. This kind of, I think, makes the loop. You know, one of the problems is we have a lot of trains coming through here, and this is just a very busy place. So I'm hoping with waypoints or whatever else, we could take some of that traffic and send it this way. And in particular, what really stands out to me is that we have the fabric over here, right? So we want to get that fabric, which we don't need a ton of it, but we want to get that fabric over to our auto manufacturing. And to me, it sort of completes this loop, because right now, like, trains have to come down here into Old Revergrad, and then they like backtrack, and they might have already dropped stuff off at GW distribution or not, right? So now they can go to GW distribution, they can come right over here, then they can just continue their loop like right on around here. In the future, we'll probably have another depot for mechanical components town. We'll have to talk about that. Maybe we put one in over here, which will cause a similar problem. But in any event, it sort of gets this overall outside loop thing a little bit better completed. At least down in that quadrant, it does. So, cool. All right, so how are we doing over here again? I'm really excited to get this. Now, what are you... So you came out and did that before. Why were you taking so long to get out there? I don't know, but he'll be done in a minute. Wonderful. All right. So what else were we working on? Oh, that's right. This guy shouldn't have taken long. Nope, it didn't. We're just off in our timing a little bit. Good. So we have another rail thing planned. This will get us awful close to that. Oh, I know what I forgot. Well, amongst probably 7 other things that I still don't remember. We are over here building cisterns. How many do we have? 5? Yeah. And I want to, even though it's a little bit of overkill, that's right, we don't really have fuel over here until we get over to here. And I guess we could come to here, might be, oh good, the fire company went there. Yeah, we don't really have fuel too close to this guy. I guess we can come to here. Well, you know, I'm really avoiding people coming in and out of there. So let's take this cistern and send him to there. And then when he gets down there, we're going to set him to go take fuel up to here. Not that we really need it there 100%, but like, I want all of the gas stations that have power to have fuel. Oh, and then this kind of thing happens. Yeah, see, as soon as this train gets involved with it. But in this case, what I think I'm going to do is let's it looks like this route is clear. So we're going to send that guy first, get him out of our hair. And then those two can collide for a second. And then, yeah. All right, we should be good to go after that, at least for till the next, there comes the next train right there. All right, well, we'll come back in a minute. Let's check on Moscow and see how they're doing out here. That's not New Moscow. Okay, good. They're done this road. Yeah, what is, oh, that's the railroad track. Yeah, so let's get this guy. Yep, he's done all of his road assignments, which is good or bad. Yeah, we'll get you in towards the farm. Might as well give you both of those. Yeah, there's no more. I think he's got all of his road connections to get this. Look, we'll just get one fired up at a time, but, oh, you know what? We can do this. Oh, yeah, we need to do that, too. And then the other thing, yeah, let's just shrink that. The other thing we need to do over here is think about if we drop off some people by the tram here, you know, we don't really need 2 footpaths out of there. And then this guy should go like this, and then right now, yeah, that's this. So we don't need any more connections there. And then these two guys should feed off of this one. Yep, you can just go right on in there, and well, you have a walkie path anyway. You know what? You could do this, though, right? So they should be able to walk right out of there and get to either one of those. And then I guess while we're here, yeah, see, same thing with this. They really could just walk there. Yeah, this one I kind of like the idea of them. What? A little bit of a shortcut, I guess. Yeah, that was sort of unnecessary, wasn't it? That's all right. It'll cut a few steps off of them. Yeah, we'll do that. And then, yeah, it looks like there's more stuff there than there is, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, then this one's already planned out with walking paths. And then this one, yeah, why not save you guys a few steps? You know what? I'll go from there to there. And that might save them some steps. Who knows? All right, so I think the footpaths are planned over here, and we can get somebody working on that. Now, this guy should have plenty. Yeah, he's doing all these buildings. So, does this guy have a bus? Yes. So, you know what you can do. Otherwise, they struggle to do footpaths. Oh, doesn't connect. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, really? Yeah, we're going to have a... There's no reason they would ever walk over here, so let's do like that. At least that way it'll attach to the rest of the road system, and then we can work on it. Yeah, see, like things like that won't attach. Now, the other side of that is, you know what, forget this. I mean, if you're not going to be attached, let's just pay for it. To me, that's like a bug. Or, I don't know, a limitation in the game that wouldn't happen in real life. Not that that's not normal, but yeah, that one we could build. This one we can't. Not going to cost us that much. Right, and then this one we can build. Now, how about all of this? Yeah, so we can't build that, can't build that. Yeah, all of these. We'll just build those. But I made a lot of little projects out of that, didn't I? Yeah, I think that was all of them. Okay, like I said, I think a lot of it's a bit unnecessary anyway. And same thing with these, won't be able to get to them. All right, so good. So that's out of our way. All right, I would like to take a few minute break, and I will re-go around and just see what else we can get ourselves. Oh, you know what? No, before I even take the break, can we get... Let's get... Are these... Where are we at here? Oil trawl, yeah. So, are these guys... Yeah, they're in there. Can we actually level at this point? Though I do need to take a break for a personal reason, but... Yeah, let's just see... We don't need to go nuts with this, just enough to... Oops. Yep, look at that. Very good. Yeah, so we'll get this leveled out, and we'll get that done, and then I'll go take a quick break, and we'll wrap up with whatever we wrap up with. I won't play time forward very much. Here we go, good. That's... I wasn't sure if they would be able to reach from there, but obviously they can. Which means we really don't need to worry about a road over here. At least not at this point. Oops, I really didn't... I don't like that. There we go. That looks better. Nice. So now we can commit to that. Close that. Oops, turn off the wireframe. And I know we're, towards the end of the episode here, but let me think of a few more things to say, take a personal break for a second, and I will be right back. Okay, game save, right on time. When I was doing this other cistern, which, by the way, I just started, so he should be going back and forth. This was the cistern that's going to take fuel from Gateway Love, right, at GW Distribution, over to our new gas station, which is almost kind of pointless, but I don't know. He'll just go there and fill it up, sit down, do nothing else. But there we go. Each of that way, I don't know. Sometimes, even though it's not always the best thing to do, sometimes I find it's good to be consistently. And I knew there was another one that I had in my mind, so I went around searching, and we have a fuel depot, a fuel truck that comes into here, but we don't have a special one for this gas station. So here is this gas station, and what I did was went and grabbed another one of the newly made ones and set up a route so that he'll be able to come in here, and you know what, he needs to sit here and wait. And I forget if I put that other one on wait. I definitely want him to be on wait, so we'll go check in a minute. So there we go. So this gas station will have its own fuel. And then this vehicle was going to that gas station. So let's take that off of his route. And then we could put him on wait so he can wait in the rail prefab so he's not constantly running around. Sound good? All right. So, and then let's just go check to make sure. I think I put this guy on wait, but yeah, let's come over to here. And again, I don't really think we even need this truck, but yep, I did put him on wait. Okay, good. And the only other thing I did between that little pause there was to set this guy onto electrical track. So that's a pretty monumentous thing. But because we only have, like, say, 10 minutes left in this episode, I think I'd like to just let these guys keep building over here. And I would expect that the next non-Saturday summary, not the next episode, but the one after that, we could start moving and buying some trains. Our money's been going up nicely. But there's two other things. So in other words, let's let this go, even though we're all probably anxious to get our steel mills fired up. We'll do that, you know, in 20 minutes in real life, or a little over that with the Saturday summary. But within an hour, we should start ramping up at least a little bit and testing out our steel thing. But we did get these two prefabs built. So I would like to go over and grab some more people and bring them over here from Farminsky, because, hey, why not? Yeah, let's just, since we already, yeah, let's just move these over. Again, these people are not really doing too much over here. And as soon as we fire up our steel mill, they're going to be doing less. As a matter of fact, I may end up even just emptying out Farminsky, because the only thing they're doing right now is providing workers to this. Now, I don't want to get rid of them entirely, because we might use them for Chemsol over here or something. So, but we'll see. Chemsol is sort of a poorly designed town at this point. So let's move this so we can see what's going on. Kind of. Yeah, we don't need to take everybody out of that house. Let's take, like, most people out of. I'd like to leave a little bit room for them to grow the population, because if we leave a few people in there, the population will grow at least a bit. Oops. All right, so this one is really not quite enough. I think we should take more people out of Farminsky, and we'll just leave 5 in that house. 15 in that one. So where didn't we steal people from? I don't want to steal them from here, because they have our teachers. So let's steal them from here. Not steal them, relocate them. Yeah, that's good enough. That'll give a little bit of expansion room, and then good enough. Population will continue to grow over here. So that means we'll have a lot more people to come up to our chemical plants, which we should probably give a little bit of thought to what we want to do with, say, this truck. Now, we had an error. Oh, that's right. Oh, you know what? We never finished this bus stop. Darn it. I forgot all about that bus stop. Yeah, so we really need to get this bus stop done. And while we're doing bus stop, what is this doing? Okay, I was going to start sending more stuff, but you know what? We're going to hold off. But let's go ahead and get... Yeah, see, I think that we could... Our people are like goats. I don't know if you know that. They have hooves that let them go up and down the steepest of slopes. Really? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, they'll go right up that hill like as if they were a mountain goat. All right, now this, I don't think. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go around this way. Yeah. Can we go to like here maybe, and then yeah, make it look a little decent. Yeah, we're not gonna get underneath of that. We could probably, can we get underneath of here? Yeah. To about that point. Yeah, let's take it back a little bit. No, let's bring it forward a little bit more. Yeah, good. They'll go under there, but will they get... I can't attach to that. You know, the other side of this, and since we're not fired up yet, why don't we just make this the light pathy road with the footpaths, right? A little bit of extra work there, but that'll get them footpaths, right? Make sure that's all, yeah. That'll get them footpaths up to this footpath, and then they not that they couldn't just walk down the road. I'm sure they would have been fine, but hey, we're living large like that. We've got 140 million rubles. All right, so let's commit to the footpaths. And we can start assigning those to be worked on wherever we can assign those to be worked on while we're doing the bus stop. Yeah, that one we can get from down there. We can't get this one. No, we can't get any of those. Or we might not even ever be able to get this one, huh? Well, let's see if they consider the bus stop something we can work on. And then this one we have to get the rest of the road done. So, all right. Well, we got one footpath worked on. And that'll be good. So that, are these guys, chemical plant 5. Yeah, they could definitely send people. I don't know. Well, that'll give us some flexibility with how we get people there, right? We could decide which bus stop, but yeah, they should definitely, yeah, they can definitely walk there. I just don't think they're going to be able to walk up to these two. But then while we have this stop, we probably should, yeah, this one's not doing 5 right now, so we'll just have this one do these 3, and we get some more buses on it and get our chemicals fired up. And the other thing I would like to do, and then we'll end the episode here, even if it's a minute short, though I don't know that it will be, is I would like to purchase another train. And you know what? Why don't we make it, before we even do that, we'll leave this open just so I can zap back down here. Because I anticipate that we are going to be having a lot of steel here in the near future. And if I come to here, let's just, can we, yeah, what are you? Yeah, you're the one I want. So you're dropping off plastics here. And you know, I really can't tell which kind of train this is, can you? Well, it's a CS, no, it's a VL80K. Let's just leave this open for a second. We can close that one. Purchase electric locomotive VL80K, 19 million. And then what do we have? I just want to make them identical. Let's go look at it. Yeah, it doesn't even tell you how many of what kind of car you have. So we have 4 rail cars that are red. Cargo wagon. No, is this? Oh, I picked. Wait a minute. That's the plastics one. But that's not the VLK. You got the idea. Yeah, there we go. But I'm confusing the heck out of things, aren't I? All right, so this one, yeah, I was wondering about that. Yeah, this has, okay, we're at Molna. I was wondering why I can't move to the left. I was 1, 2, yeah, they've got 5 of, which kind of car is this? Can load vehicles. Can load 79 tons. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're these. So let's purchase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Close that. And then give this guy the same assignment. And say go ahead and start. So I'm not sure if that's going to cause like a little bit of a traffic jam there, but they should space themselves out. They've got a pretty long trip in between. And we will have 2 trains now exporting vehicles from over there. Let's close this. All right, so that should be even more money coming in. It cost us 40 million or 20 some million, I think, to get all that done, but there we go. So we're exporting more cars and know that. Let's see, can we assign this last little thing? Maybe that'll be the very last thing we do. Yep, that one's done. So we should be able to come over to here and this one. Assign that last little bit of electrical track. And then how are we doing on our other 70 million? No, we're still doing 70 million constructions, footpaths, everything else. So that'll be fine. We'll let them just keep working a little bit while we do our Saturday summary. Hopefully all of these roads and houses will be ready to start getting built. If we want to start testing the whole system, oh shoot, there's already people here. Yeah. Why don't we have, yeah, we don't have power supply over here. Yeah, see, it's the darn bring people in automatically that I keep forgetting to turn off or something. Well, we're going to lose those. Well, no, you know what we can do? Let's for whatever it's worth, we should have room in Farminsky down there to just take... I didn't realize those people were even in there. I thought I had turned them off. That's why I built them, but... yeah, just come back over to here. At least that way we don't lose the citizens. There we go. All right, so we're not going to lose those citizens. We've got to notice that. I mean, it's only 40 people or whatever, but hey, why lose them? Yeah, so they weren't very happy, I'm sure, anyhow. But we could get this train station fired up, but there's still more details I'd like to work out. Like, we don't, can they all get over here nicely? I'd like to fire this up a little bit slowly, and I would expect, within the bounds of the constructions, things, here, let's do that one last little, we're done that, so we can, oh, you're not assigned to this? Okay, well, why don't you go help for whatever it's worth? Good. So I might finish up, getting these roads built over here, and then, like I said, we'll do the Saturday summary, and that usually takes, 40 minutes, and then that we'll let time play while we do the Saturday summary, and we should be in pretty good shape at that point. So let me know if you have any questions or comments. I definitely appreciate them, and I think we're making good progress. So I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.